Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to this Saturday evening or Sunday morning, wherever you're at in the world. Uh, Excited to bring more messages of love from above. Thank you for joining me and being here. I do want to start off. I'm going to do it for a while, just sending love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me, I love how just one of us sending love out to the world counteracts 700,000 uh, individuals that are having low vibrational energy, those that are fear and in the lower love vibration. And when we focus in on the unconditional love from above, it just counteracts and overcomes that. So if one of us does it, beautiful. If more of us do it, and especially in a gathering where we're together here, it is this bringing together, it amplifies it even more. So if you'll join me in just taking a deep breath and allowing that unconditional love from above just to flow down into your heart, fill you up, and let it overflow out to the world. It doesn't have to do anything in particular. We're just letting it flow to do what it wants to do in the world. Beautiful. Love without condition. If any of you need it tonight, we're sending it to you as well. It knows no time, no space, no distance. So even if anyone watches this on a replay, they'll feel the energy as well. Beautiful. So powerful. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. So we open our minds to the higher things. We open our eyes to the higher things. We open our ear to the higher things. We open our voice to the higher things. We open our actions to the higher things as well. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. All right. Let me go ahead. I'm going to pop out the chat here. We will get rocking and rolling on the messages for this evening. Web of light. I love it. Good evening, Spring. Welcome, CK, JC, Rishi. Thank you. Thank you. Michael, Benita, Anjali, Jazz, Self Love. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do want to post here. Hey, Jolie, welcome, welcome. Here's a link to this week's October. Well, it's actually all of October's weekly updates. But this week on Tuesday, or depending on where you're at in the world, I think it's all on Tuesday, we have a beautiful new moon partial solar eclipse. So if you're over in Europe and kind of in that area, I believe you'll be able to see it. I don't think we'll see it in the United States, but beautiful Scorpio new moon energy. So if you want to check out and see what energy is coming in and what they have for you this week, make sure you check out your individual zodiac sign and check out your sun sign, your moon, maybe your moon sign, especially with it being a new moon, rising sign, whatever you feel guided to. Check that out and see what messages are there for you, because there were some pretty awesome readings. I must say I was really floored by what came through, so I loved them. All right. So we will get started and going here. Again, thank you guys all for being here. I really appreciate all your support, and I reached over 800 subscribers on YouTube, so I'm only a couple hundred away from hitting my 1,000 goal, which is when I'll be giving away 10 free 1-hour personal readings. So tell your friends, tell 10, bring them all in, and let's all send all this love out to the world. So thank you guys so much, and all for the thumbs up and the likes on the videos too, all the comments. I'll be announcing the first of the 30-minute personal recorded reading giveaways. And I'll also post the video about the weekly giveaways I'm going to do in case you guys haven't seen that. That's the link to the video for that as well. So, hey, Lisa. Very good. So that is all the announcements, and we will get started on readings now. And self love, you wanted a November reading, please. So we will see what they have. I want to go to the Good Tarot for that. Let's see what we got going on. Hope everyone had a wonderful Saturday. Right. So let's take a look here, self-love, for your November reading. What would Spirit like you to know? Okay, we do that one. What else, please? All right. Let's see what they have here. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Well, you're going to have some new adventures coming in here, self-love. You got the Fool card, so 0. So a new ending of an old cycle, new things coming in, a new journey. Because in addition to that, you also got the Ace of Fire, which would be the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Fire. So both of these are brand new energy, brand new passion, brand new fire that's coming in for you. I mean, all three of those together is like in a positive way. There is this beautiful, beautiful, just wow energy coming in, this new beginning, this creativity, this excitement. Um, it can be passion. It can be, if it's a relationship, if you're in a relationship, it'd be heightened emotion. But it's all this excitement, this energy that's flowing in for you, and it's new and it's upgraded energy. So I love it for you. You also have the 5 of Fire, the 5 of Wands coming in here. And oh my goodness, this is this transformation of energy that goes from like uh, energy that feels like conflict or fear or anxiety in the beginning because it's so new, it's so different, but it transforms because that 5 is the number of change. And so the energy just takes on this love and this care and compassion, and you realize that whatever was unfolding wasn't, even though it's change and it's different, that it's for you and it's really unfolding that way. So I really like that. It's a very exciting November for you. Let me see if they have anything. Can you tell us like what around this adventure is? Is it romance? Is it um, outside? Is it work or what? Can you tell us anything? Will it spoil the surprise if we know? Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Wow. Then you got the Messenger of Fire. Definitely have a lot of energy coming in. This is the Knight of Wands. So it's coming fast. It's a lot of flood. And so it's just fire, 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 and newness. And they're like, nope, we're not going to tell you what it is. We're not going to spoil the surprise, at least not tonight. And but it's definitely nothing concerning popping up here. It's all for you. Wonderful energy coming in, wonderful movement, and a lot of brightness that's coming in for you in November. So I love that for you, self-love. All right. So that's what they have for you tonight. So many blessings to you. All right, Jazz, you are up. You're very welcome for your general thing that was this morning, right? And you'd like to know, what does Spirit want you to know right now? And I do want to go to the Native Spirit deck here, and let's see what they have. What would they like you to know? So for Jazz, where do you fly over there? It sure did. Wow. Talk about fast. Boom. Yeah, you actually got the Ancestors. Whoops. Camera's over here. Ancestors card. Look at that beautiful card. There it goes. And let's see what the ancestors have for you. Says wisdom is blossoming. Even if there are unsettling situations in your life, there's a reason for it, and much good will occur as a result. Your ancestors are sending you incredible support to fulfill your dreams. Be aware of the coincidences, the signs, and the synchronicities around you. Watch for messages from your forebears. No matter what's occurring on the surface of your life, your prayers are being answered in mysterious ways beyond your awareness. And your native spirit wants you to know that there's wisdom that dwells deep within your cells, that a spiritual bequest from your ancestors. This wisdom has come not only from your forebears' joyous, carefree times, it has also bloomed from their failures, their deflated dreams, and seemingly wrong turns in their life. Part of their message to you is to cherish every experience, for all of it will deepen your wisdom, your compassion, and your understanding as it did theirs. Also, know that there's an innate wisdom within you always. It's simply a matter of turning within in order to access it. Native people always call on their ancestors for support. To ask for their help is to walk the native path. Sometimes you may be so focused on what's outside you that you forget the wisdom available to you from the spirit of your ancestors. Be willing to ask, for they do want to support you. And these cards come with a journey. So if this resonates, you can do this. It says, imagine that you've traveled back in time to communicate and connect with a gathering of your ancestors. On this meditation journey, there might be one or two particular forebears who seem to reach out to you. At different times in your life, different predecessors will be sending you support. So give thanks for their support. The more gratitude you have for their help, the more they send you blessings and guidance. Wow, I love that. So definitely do a kind of a meditation, do a little ceremony with your ancestors. Reach out to them, see who you picture coming to you in your vast family tree of thousands of ancestors that make up you. If you've ever done an ancestry.com or any one of those types of things, you don't realize how fast it expands, because it's like you, and then you have your parents, and then they have two parents, and then they each have two parents, and then they each have, and it's just like you have thousands of individuals that make up, that are your cells and your blood running through your body, and they have all that wisdom and all that love, and they're all watching you, giving you that wonderful wisdom. So I do love that for you. All right, so wonderful blessings to you, Jazz. I love that. All right, let's see here. Hey, me, welcome, welcome. Angelina, hello. Aditi, Jessica, and Michelle. Thank you guys for being here so much. Working the way down the list. Anjali, you are next, and then Benita, you will be after that. So, Anjali, any blessings coming to you? I believe so. Was the one this morning? Didn't you get like the sun? It was like, oh my God. Huge blessings coming your way, I think, is what we had. God, so I love it. All right, so Anjali, let's take a look here. Any blessings that Spirit would like you to know are headed your way? Okay. So you do have the Moon card here, which is a great card. Let's see what these other two are too. Yeah. And then you also have the Knight of Swords. which this is about movement and thought and belief. And you have the 10 of Pentacles too, which is blessings. Definitely. It's wholeness and fullness in the outside world. And you also have this beautiful, um, it's the tree of life in the Kabbalah, however you want to say it. But it does represent for me the family tree in a way. And what I love this blessing that's coming in is because that Knight of Swords is the movement of thought and belief. And I feel like one of the blessings is this, the moon is about the unknown and cycles and stuff too. But all this change in your family tree, it's like you have this courage, you have this beautiful energy that's just flowing up within you where you are changing the um, flow of your family tree. Like if there was beliefs and thoughts that were passed down that were not really positive and uplifting, they were more suppressing and really, this is how things have to be. You're like breaking chains for your family tree that are freeing you and freeing the generations to come. You'll be known as the one that broke some of these things that had been passed down from generation to generation that were not uplifting and bringing joy, but were bringing, stress and anxiety. And I love that for you. The moon also represents cycles, as I mentioned, and I really feel like this new moon that's coming up this week, and then the full moon that follows, um, are going to be significant energies for you to be aware of. So if you are following it, and I believe you do follow my weekly energy updates, pay attention to those energies of each week that they're bringing in and allow yourself to use those. Like new moon, we have those new moon wishes. Yeah, so definitely you guys check out this week's weekly energy updates, because with every new moon, you also get 10 new moon wishes. And I talk about how you can use those to bring wonderful things, especially around Scorpio energy, which does have to do with intimacy in the eighth house, which is intimate relationships and things too. So definitely you have a lot of blessings coming your way here, and an emphasis on paying attention to the moon cycles would be great for you. So I love that for you, Anjali, and many blessings to you. All right, Benita, you are up and you want to know how Gurpreet truly feels about you. And then Rishi, you will be next after that. So let's take a look here. Actually, I'm going to switch up, go to the Naked Heart Tarot, and let's see what Spirit is willing to let you know about Gurpreet's true feelings about you. Let's see what we got going on here. So the Eight of Swords is coming in here, and the Eight of Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, and your own attitudes. And, in regards to how they feel about you, I almost, it feels like they see that you have so many expectations around who you're supposed to be and need to be and have to be. It's almost like they feel like you have yourself so confined in there, because also you have the Nine of Wands here, and the Nine of Wands represents like your energy, and there's like this block that's there, and the Ace of Wands is what you hold within your power, and you can move one of those and open things up. And I feel like the way that they're seeing, they're like, wow, you have so much that you have to offer, so much you could do, but it feels like you just have a lot of pressure on yourself that you feel very confined. And so, they're at this kind of fork in the road kind of energy where they've got, one of these is about their mind and their thoughts and the, their thinking perception of you. And then they also have this sword, which you can see the moon up here, which is their emotions. And so they're kind of at this place where they're going back and forth between, these emotional feelings and these mental feelings, these emotional and these mental, and they're just kind of observing and seeing who you are. The Six of Pentacles that comes in here does, in this case, represents like the codependency awareness card. And what I mean by that is when we have these beliefs in ourselves that were given to us really, really when we were younger, that we had to do extreme things in order to deserve love, whether we had to compete for our parents' affection or a teacher or a coach or friends or family or whatever, that we had to do extreme things to get attention. It teaches us to live like in this black and white world where it's either we're loved or we're not. And we have this extreme that happens, and it flows out into our life, like with school and with relationships, that we feel we have to do extreme things in order to be loved. And so we will overgive and overgive and overgive. And though we might enter into a relationship that feels like adult to adult, it quickly turns to where we are adult to child, where we are over giving and we can only give to them and we won't allow them to give back to us. And so we give and we give and we give till we're exhausted, and we give even more until we are resentful, right? And then down here, the giver, I mean the one that we're treating like a child almost, we're not allowing them to give back to us. They'll give to other people. They'll give to work, they'll give to working out or a hobby or their friends or their family or somewhere else because we're not allowing them to give to us. And I feel like this is how they're seen. And I think that's where all this, their perception of that you have yourself in a cage and you have yourself blocked here because of those beliefs. So that is where they are at right now, and I feel like that's why they're tentative and looking, at this. Sorry, the camera's over here. That's why they're kind of in this crossroads, because they're um, not sure that that's what they want, if they want to be on that side of, where they can't give, and that they don't want that feeling, because I mean, you wouldn't want to be in a relationship where they wouldn't allow you to give to them, right? And so I feel like the important thing that spirit wants you to do is work on that piece of why you feel you have to give so much and that you don't deserve to receive, or that you have to give like 1,000 of something to deserve one back from someone else, because that, kind of energy that's there isn't what that they're wanting. And so and that's not what you really want either, because that just ends up in a resentful relationship, because they end up giving their love somewhere else. They're giving somewhere else because we won't receive it. So I feel that's what spirit wants you to know right now, Benita. Let me see if they have anything else here. Yeah. Hmm. So you have the Ace of Wands. They're like, it's you get to take your power back. You get to really look into yourself and see how it is that you can give to yourself, and that you will allow that to allow others to give to you as well. But that you find this new passion, this new fire within yourself, instead of you feel like you're giving it all away to everyone else. So I like it for you. It is going to be freeing for you. I know it's a tough message, but I mean, I'm a recovering enabler in codependent relationships, and I know it kind of sucked when I realized that. But after 5 relationships, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm sick and tired of getting what I've always done. I don't want that anymore. I don't want that betrayal. I don't want them to have to feel like they have to go somewhere else. I want to feel loved. I want to love myself and allow them to give to me. A great book that helped me was The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. It was really just eye-opening about how I felt about myself and how I could turn that love on inside of me for me, And then it allowed a more giving and receiving type of relationship as well. So hang in there. Many blessings to you, Benita. All right, Rishi, on to you. And you wanted to know what spirit wants you to know at this time. Beautiful, beautiful. And I am drawn to the divine guidance oracles. Let's take a look there. And then Spring, you'll be up next. Hello, hello. And then Michael. Thank you guys for your patience as I make my way down the list. If you're new to my channel, you do have to subscribe to my channel to be able to chat. And then for free reading, all you do is you put your question. I'm down in the chat. I go in order so you can see like where I'm at and how long it's going to be before I get to you. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading, and then we will. Spirit knows what you're wanting, and we'll pull cards for that. So thank you guys so much, and thank you all for the thumbs up. You've already given the video. Really appreciate it. It does help out the channel, help spread the love. And if you haven't done so already, now's a great time to do it. Now that we're thinking about it, just takes a little click, and then the love is sent. So thank you. All right, Rishi, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want for you? All right off the bat. And I call these the spiritual ink blot test. So you can take a look here and see what do you see in this. And then I will read from the book to see what was interpreted from the author. Beautiful card. Card number 32, which is called the Nectar of Life. Says you work so hard and you are definitely to be commended for your efforts. This card is asking you to slow down a little and enjoy the simple things in life. Spend some quality time with family and friends. Take time to embrace life and do some of the things you honestly enjoy. Focus your energy on activities and things that bring you true pleasure. Taste the sweetness of life. Feel empowered to pollinate and fertilize your dreams. So, yeah, it's time. Take some enjoyment. Live. Don't just exist. Don't work yourself so much and be doing something for everyone else all the time. Have little, even schedule it out. Do little things that bring you joy, even if it's just a little walk in a park or getting a little tea or something somewhere. Just take time for that and enjoy those moments. So I love that for you. All right. And that's what they have for you, Rishi. Blessings to you. And Spring, good evening to you too. You want just the Spirit's advice for this next week? Absolutely. And I am drawn here to the Queen of the Moon Oracle. So let's take a look and see what the moon is bringing you this week. Michael, and then to CK. All right. So Spring, let's see. What does Spirit want you for this week? What would you like you to know about this week? That was about half the deck. They want you to know a lot. Okay, there we go. I love it. You got protection here. Love that card. It is card number 24. And it says, your higher power, however you describe this, is a loving and protective energy. You are loved and protected. Identify your fears because you can protect yourself better. Trust in yourself. Little affirmation for it is, I am loved and protected. It says, as the lunar cycle comes to the last set of crescents, in this case, the waning ones, we know that the dark moon is close, and so is the fresh start of the beautiful new moon on Tuesday. Here is our chance to let go of our resistance, surrender, and let go. To do that with confidence, we may feel that we need some support from the universe or whatever we believe our higher power to be. That support can take the form of feeling protected from whatever might happen and helping us get the courage to release what needs to go. Witches and other pagan practitioners who use the lunar and seasonal energies are often asked to assist people with spells, techniques, and even talismans of protection. These darker moons and the dark moon itself provide a great time to create and cast for this purpose. An easy way is to plug into the earth, raise that benevolent and loving energy, and turn to the four directions, asking each direction to shield and protect you in your endeavors. Then finally connect with the moon herself, with you as a conduit in the middle, brimming full of power and confidence. Trust in yourself to do what you need to do. And the companion stone for that is black tourmaline. So if you have any black tourmaline, it is a beautiful protection stone and can help you feel protected and amplify that energy as well. So I think it's a great message for you this week. Do trust yourself to do. And I like that, turning to all the four corners, north, south, east, and west, just asking them protect you as you go on your beautiful journeys this week. So wonderful message for you, Spring. Many blessings to you. All right. So, Michael, you want to know, will Libra be home for your daughter's birthday on November 7th? Let's take a look here. Let's pull from the Radiant Rider. Wait. And then CK, you will be next. And then Jolie, we will give you a Virgo reading. And then Lisa, you'll be after that. All right. So let's take a look here. Will Libra be home for your daughter's birthday, Michael? Let's take a look. I'm going to give you one card, and there's 3 cups. Looks like a little celebration going on. This is a positive card. So this would be a yes, is what is happening here. There's going to be a celebration and joy. So I really feel like that would be a yes. Anything else you want to add to that? Okay. Yeah. So there's a new beginning, ending of old cycle, new beginning that's coming in. It's a very joyful card too, with it. So, yeah. So I would say that is a yes from Spirit on that for you. So we wish your daughter a very, very happy birthday. All right. CK, you want to know, will K start a revolution in the future? Oh no. Something we need to notify any officials about? What's going on here? A revolution. So let's take a look here, CK. Will K, what is this about a revolution in K? Excuse me. Wow. Well, we got the 10 of Pentacles that's coming up here, which this is about abundance and things in the outside world, and it can be endings and new beginnings, which you've got the Page of Pentacles with beginnings. So there seems to be that there's going to be an end of things that have been like passed down from generation to generation, things that are not positive, because that's like that family tree we talked about before, and new opportunities opening up. And there's also the 7 of Pentacles. So all this outward things happening, but the 7 of Pentacles is also about uh, it's taking time. It's a season. You can see how there's work to be done, and they have to, the last thing that appears on a fruit tree is the fruit. And also, when fruit starts to grow, it's almost, it's like this 10 of pentacles where something's been passed down from generation to generation. This also is when fruit starts to show that it's a change of direction there too, with the page of pentacles. So whatever this revolution is that you're talking about, this would support change in the outside world, that there is time for old things to end and new things to begin. And there is a switch of approach and um, a change of where energy is invested. It does take time with seasons, but when fruit starts to grow, I feel when you start to see the results of whatever this revolution is, with whatever this change is happening in the outside world, that it's altered, that it's like you start to see fruit and you're like, that's not exactly what we wanted. And we make an adjustment to it. So not sure what this is all about, but that's what they have for you, CK, if that resonates with you there. But I definitely see the endings of things in the outside world and new beginnings coming in positive ways, though. So I like that. All right, Jolie, and you wanted a Virgo reading and see just what Spirit would like you to know. And then Lisa, you will be next. And then JC. So let's see what we got going on. So, Jolie, what about our September Virgo? What would you like them to know? Okay. Anything else? And anything else? So that one, but not all these other half of the deck. So I like this for you because you do have the Eight of Pentacles here, which does show you're ready for this movement and this change in the outside of your world. You've been doing all the work. It's like you've been in this apprentice, this assistant manager, been studying, working, and investing yourself in a relationship, whatever it was in the outside world. You've been putting a lot of effort and work out in there, and it's about to pay off. You're about ready to move up to the next level. And I do like this for you because you have the Queen of Cups and you also have the Nine of Wands. And the Queen of Cups tells you to trust your gut, trust your, that intuition, trust your emotions as this change happens in the outside world. If you need to know which direction to go or what decision to make, it's really saying you've got a lot of connection to that emotion on the inside and to trust that, because the Nine of Wands is the inner journey. It's the hermit journey, and it's having you turn inward to understand your power. You hold the Ace of Wands here. So whatever block, whatever was keeping you from moving up in the outside world, you have taken a hold of it. And, look, you're all wounded from all the work that you put in, but this used to be right here where this was blocking. But now you can slip through that. This, whatever was holding you back, whatever was in the way before, you're able to move forward and to move up in this outside world change. You have the Six of Pentacles here too. Sometimes that means codependency awareness card, but I don't feel that with this for you. I feel like this is where your life is balancing out. And so where you may have been before, where you didn't have extra, where you could help other people and do other things, now with this change in the outside world, if it's a promotion, if it's a movement, if there's something happening where you're able to now to help others too with whatever is unfolding here in the near future. So it is going to be a very blessed time for you because you're going to have so much abundance, whatever it can be, whether it's going to have so much more love and you have love to spare, or money and you have money to spare, or whatever it may be. there is this wonderful upgrade, which allows you uh, so much that you feel you have enough for yourself, plenty for yourself. In fact, I have extra, and I'm going to give to others. It's like eating a meal and you like, oh my gosh, I'm so stuffed, and I still have all this food. I'm going to give it to people. It's that kind of feel around it. And they don't have anything else to add to that. So, um, I really feel actually they had just the two of the high priestess just came out, which is basically very akin to the Queen of Cups. She goes into her high temple, connects to the higher realm that goes behind the veil, trust her intuition, very intuitive. So they're like, just whatever you do, trust your gut, trust your intuition, follow your heart with what's unfolding, and try to stay out of your mind as much as you can. Uh, and just beautiful, beautiful, which makes sense now that I'm like, oh yeah, Virgo, you can get into your mind, you can have all that, but you also can very much go into this mother role to help other people and compassion. So they're like, get out of that and get into here and allow that beautiful, beautiful heart to share this abundance that's coming to you very soon. So I love that for you, Julie. Right. Many blessings to you. And let's keep going down the list here. So we got Lisa, you are next. You would like messages for you. And then JC, you'll be next. And Angelina, you'll be after that. All right. So let's see what messages they have for you. And kind of, I'm being drawn here to the Native Spirit Oracle for you, Lisa. Let's see what they have for you. Thank you guys all for being here. I love feeling your energy and just how you guys also care about each other. I see sometimes you guys are being supportive of one another in the chat, and that's what this is. It's like one big happy soul family, right? We're all in this together. All right, Lisa, let's see what we've got going on here. All right. You got the Sweat Lodge coming in here. This is a very powerful card. Look at those beautiful deep purples or indigo. And there's like a star, a shooting star flying across the sky there too. I'll find it. I'm getting there. There it goes. And it says, cleanse yourself, body, mind, and soul. Purify, clutter clear. Let go of objects and relationships that no longer serve you. Purify your body. Go within. Meditate. Talk to the Creator. Give thanks. Your native spirit wants you to know that sweat lodges are small dome structures covered with skins, blankets, or mud in which very hot stones are placed in the center. Water is poured over the stone so that hot steam arises from the rocks. Thus, the sweat lodge, with its hot steam, is used for purification ceremonies, as well as a place to commune with the divine. And this card chose you to tell about the clutter in your life. Sometimes clutter can be things in your closet that you don't love or use. But sometimes clutter can be outmoded relationships or habits that no longer serve you. The clearer your inner and outer space becomes, the easier it will be to hear the sweet messages from your soul. These cards come with a journey, so if this resonates, says sometimes this card chooses you when it's time to do some physical detoxification, like fasting for a day or drinking green juices. Of course, we're not medical professionals, so before doing any of that, if you have concerns, please check with a professional medical individual. Clear out some clutter. Love it, use it, or get rid of it. Even one small item can make a difference. So it is looking over your life and see what is no longer serving you and what you're ready to let go of in your life right now. And so it's like this sweat lodge. It's purification in whatever form it is. Is it spiritual, physical, mental, emotional? What is it that you are ready to let go of? And now is the perfect time to do that. Allows you to connect and open up space for new stuff to come in when you let other stuff go. So love that for you, Lisa. Beautiful. All right. We are moving on down the list here and just saying hi, Jessica. Welcome, welcome. Lisa Marie, Katie P, Vanita. Welcome, everyone. Kayla and Mashani Inglis. And okay, very good. Very good. And Amira, thank you, thank you. Melvin, hello, hello. And Strawberry Rose, welcome, welcome. So thank you guys again for being here, and we will continue with the readings here. Let me just take a quick drink here too. All right. So JC, how? Oh, okay. How's the rest of the year going to go for you here? So I am being drawn to the good tarot. So let's take a look and see what's going on there. And then Angelina, you'll be next. And then me, capital M-E, you'll be next. All right. So what's in store for the last 2 months for JC and Marie Mirabelle, maybe, if I said that right? There we go. All right. What else? I like it. So you start off with the 10 of water, which should be the 10 of cups, emotional fulfillment, filling up and overflowing out to the world. You have the happy Buddha. So definitely happiness, filling up and overflowing you, uh, you know, between now and the end of the year, you're going to have that feeling. Now you do have the patience card here. So it will come. Just be patient with it as it unfolds and kind of feel just overall just with balance and patience with what's coming, and really don't focus in so much on uh, how things are supposed to be and should be and need to be. It's almost like this feeling of greeting perfect divine timing, perfect divine will, knowing whatever is going to be coming for you is for you to bring you to, this emotional fulfillment. Because you have 2 6s coming in here, which is all about balance too. Three things on one side, three things on another. There's this beautiful flow that happens in between. And you have it both in your fire, which is your energy, and in the world. So this is giving and receiving. And the 6 of Wands is kind of like this recognition too. So I really feel like there's going to be some nice coin coming in, some nice abundance coming in the outside world, because you're able to share it with others, but you also have the recognition that's coming in as well. So whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been doing, you've been, that patience. I love that just keep carrying the wood, is what they carry, no, chop wood, carry water. That's kind of like the Zen saying. It's keep doing the stuff you've been doing because it pays off and it brings you this wonderful abundance. So just know that the energy investing, the things you're doing are not being wasted. It's not unseen, that it's worth it, and it does bring wonderful balance. So keep flowing with that, because it does end up, and just try to keep that in your mind. Buddha, Buddha belly. You can just rub his belly. Luck, luck, luck. So I love it for you. So JC, wonderful things coming for you for the rest of the year, for those 2 months. And I want to ask if there's anything specific that they could let us know about what this abundance is. They give you the temptation card, which is usually the devil, the shadow. And I feel like they're, again, with that, letting go of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, because that's what that does. It's very much Saturn energy, Capricorn energy, which you do the work, you look at everything, and then you have the rewards. But I feel like you've been doing that. You've been, really doing, looking at yourself, understanding what's going on. Um, when you have emotions come up, you look at them, and you just been going with the flow quite a bit, and it does pay off. Which that's what Saturn does. When you do the work and you reflect on when your beliefs are challenged, that you get the reward at the end. And I feel like that's what you've been doing, like this year especially. You've just been really looking at your approach to relationships and yourself, and it's like you've been on this like wonderful, wonderful uh, cleansing journey of whatever is not serving you, you're letting go, and the stuff that has been triggering, you look at it and you deal with it, and you've been making progress and movement. So I really like that you've taken a lot of ownership over your choices, your decisions, and you're not like blaming the world and everything. You're like, you are really looking at it for you, going, I'm going to change what I can do. And you've been doing that. And that's why you're having this big reward come because of all that. So keep going. I love it. Beautiful. Yep. And so you are being recognized. All that work and everything you've been doing has been seen by the beautiful, invisible beings of unconditional love and light. And that's why they have that Six of Wands, that you are recognized for doing that. You have this wonderful blessings that are coming because of that. So I like it. So many blessings to you, JC. All right. And let's take a look here. So, Angelina, what does Spirit want you to know? I really am being drawn to the magic of you. So, let's take a look here and see what they'd like you to know. And then, me, you'll be up next. And then, Aditi. All right. So, Angelina, what would Spirit like you to know? All right. Beautiful card. Let's see if I can get it clear here so you can see it. Love it. And it says it's Naz, N-A-Z, card number 19. Feel loved and proud. Wow. Powerful. It says this card represents the pride you feel from being loved. No matter what, you are cherished and essential. You will always be loved by the universe, by the God, goddess of your understanding, and by creation. You are loved. The maiden holds the bird, its head raised in confident pride, in a crystal nest, her loving hands neither grasping nor yielding, a perfect balance of nourishing freedom. Rich hues of blue in her gown suffuse and anchor the energy of love in a deep sense of unconditional support. Whatever happens in the day to day ebb and flow of physical existence, by virtue of your birth, you are loved, you are supported, you are wanted. You are part of the universal expression of life, its greatest accomplishment, its greatest pride, its greatest joy. Feel proud of the fact that you are you, a living miracle. Sing your song. Wow. Wow. Angelina. rewind that and just listen to it as many times as you can, because I really feel you need to feel that and really bring that into your heart, how much you are loved. And that's what they want you to know right now. So, wow, that's from Spirit. So, many blessings. And that's for everyone too. If you need that right now, rewind that and just let that sink in, how much you are loved. Wow. All right. Me, we are moving on to you. Many blessings to you, Angelina. Are you going to go viral on TikTok and spread awareness? All right. Well, if you do, remember us small people. Take us with you. All right. So let's take a look here. How will TikTok work out for capital M, capital E? Anything else? Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think you're going to do pretty well because you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is all about abundance in the outside world. You've got the Ace of Wands, which is about new passion, new drive, like new beginnings, new creativity. Very positive card. You have the Ace of Wands. You're really focusing on and bringing your energy forward. And then you have the 10 of Cups, which is about abundance, emotional abundance, overflowing. So, I mean, the combination of these three is just a big wow. Yes, you are going to do very well on TikTok. Excuse me. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. So don't get distracted like a squirrel. I'm just kidding. Four of Pentacles is about you're finding your abundance, though. You know, the Four of Pentacles is this journey where we realize that, you know, relationships and things and situations don't end up fulfilling us. So, like, they're pretty much saying that, you know, the viral and you know, maybe the popularity and being seen and those types of things, it's not going to feel as fulfilled as we think it is. But the spreading the awareness, you know, they're like, that is what's going to make your heart sing. That seeing the impact that you have, the beautiful way that you help people feel about themselves and the changes they make in themselves, and you see how the impact is that you make on individuals that help them find their worth on the inside, that just makes you feel like, ah, that makes you feel that goodness there. But you know that you are finding your wholeness from the inside and up, not from the outside. Because as you get all that, and as the popularity grows and things really start to take off, it's like it's exciting and it's good, and but you're like, well, it's not quite what I thought it was going to be. It's because what you're looking for is in your heart and up, not out there. And that's with the squirrel. It's after it's all, oh my God, da 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 da. Da. But just remember this as you're doing that. So I'm excited. Make sure you tell us what your TikTok handle is so we can go check you out too, because we'd love to see you how you're expanding and what you're doing out there. So be sure to share that with us. Okay. Oh, perfect. Mental health awareness. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely need that in the world. Just we have so much that just impacts us that anything that can help us in that is beautiful. So excited for that. So yay, blessings to you, me. All right, ADT, you are up next. And then Jessica Sample, you'll be up. And then Michelle Lezira. All right, so ADT, you want to know what's coming towards you. And let's go to the Radiant Rider Waite for that. Thank you guys so much for all your likes on the video. Just now is a great time. If you haven't already given me a like on the video, I appreciate you considering doing so. It does help out the channel, makes the YouTube algorithm super excited and wants to share my other videos, help spread the Zen love and the Zen peace with the world, right? So I appreciate you guys considering doing that. All right. So Aditi, what's coming towards you? What else? Anything else? That one and that one. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Good. So you've got the Justice card coming in here. So you do have some balancing coming in, with the scales here. But it's the Ace of Swords that's really allowing you to get a clear understanding of seeing things from a higher perspective. And, um, it's like you're realizing, let me just show you these other two cards as I explain, because the Ace of Swords helps you understand your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that are stealing something from you, stealing your joy, stealing love, stealing um, just the enjoyment and the laughter and the things in your life. And it's great because it is balancing out. It's allowing you to see those things, those beliefs, and where do they come from? There are these fears of losing conditional love that steal your joy. It's like, oh, I have an opportunity. But what if I fail? What if someone doesn't like it? It's like those types of thoughts pull away instead of enjoying this opportunity that unfolds. It's like all these fears just whisper, what about, what about, pss, 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 pss. And this Justice card is allowing you to balance those out to where you're like, I'm going to get to enjoy some stuff. I enjoy things more and more and more. And then you have the Two of Swords that comes in here, which, you have the Ace of Swords that is allowing you to balance, because there's this balancing energy coming in, balance in your heart and your mind. Yeah, it's good to make decisions that make sense and researching it and that. But if you only make decisions from the mind, boring, you get bored of things very fast. It's like, I'm going to go do the job that I think I'm supposed to do. And then you go every day, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get off of work, versus allowing your heart to be a part of the decision, because then you are excited about doing something. And so it's the balancing of listening to your heart, bringing mind in, but really allowing your heart. It's like, that's why her eyes are, um, uh, uh, have a blindfold on it. I know what they're called. But so it's like, close your eyes so you can see. Don't look at just what you're seeing. Trust your heart too. Because you also have the Magician card, which is about you not just sitting back, um, allowing things to come to you. Like, okay, you know, I'll accept whatever's given to me. This is you taking in this divine masculine energy, which we all have: divine masculine, divine feminine. Feminine is the divine feminine is when we ask for something and we wait. But this is them saying, activate this energy to point the wand where you want to go and make movement toward it. And because you're following your heart, that's what they're urging you to do, is follow that, follow that, follow that. So I kind of feel like whatever is coming forward here in the near future, you're really being brought to this fork in the road of like, am I going to do what everyone thinks I should do? That's the what I think everyone wants me to do, or am I going to follow my heart? And they're saying, follow your heart, let your energy flow. This is you being a conduit, bringing that beautiful love energy through you and out into the world. And they, of course, you have everything you need within you to make things happen. So don't let the fears, don't let those things steal your joy and steal the passion for your life, because you're afraid of what people will think, or um, that you'll fail or whatever. When you're living your passion, you don't look at it as failure. Just look at, okay, that's a stepping stone taking me to where I want to go and what I want to be, etc. So I love that for you. So follow your heart, Aditi. So many blessings to you. All right, we're moving on down the list. So, Jessica, you are up next. Jessica Sample, and you go, will your move to Georgia go well? Is it a good move for you? Okay, let's take a look here. I do want to go to the Naked Heart Tarot. Let's see what they want you to know. We'll ask two questions. The first is, will the move go well? So, will you get there in one piece? How will it be? And then, is it a good move for you to take it all anyway? So, how will your move to like moving there? How will that impact your life journey? Well, I do like the move going well for you because you have the Emperor here and you have the Six of Swords. And Six of Swords is about movement of thought from one to another, but there is this uh you know it's moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. And the Emperor, which this is Skyfather, this I feel like because of this deck, they wanted you to see that you are being watched over, from up above for the move. But this is also about the Emperor is you taking charge, and that you are like, okay, I'm going to, take steps. And this is like movement of your expectations and your thoughts and stuff. It's like just trust, um, go with the flow of things. Don't allow them to be, if you have a delay or a little hiccup here and there, don't let it ruin it. Just go with the flow of it. Let expectations go and have different ones. It's like just kind of look at it like, all right, what it is, what it is. Let's move forward. I'm not going to focus on, not going to let anything ruin this move. It's like kind of have that authority, like we're moving forward, charge. So I like that energy around it. And then, yeah, so I like this for you because it changes. The Five of Wands is like it starts off feeling like conflicting, but this whole energy is about it starts off looking like conflict where five people are like fighting and you're like, oh my God, what's going on? But it ends up being five friends who are helping each other improve their skills. And so I almost feel like it in the beginning, you might be like um, feeling and I don't know if you have family and stuff there. I almost feel like it's like it doesn't feel like as cohesive when you move, or like you don't meet a bunch of people in the beginning and you're like, wow. But then all of a sudden you see that there's love all around you and that you're surrounded by it, and it's then more supportive. So I feel like the energy around the move changes as you get in there and as things settle in, because you also have the Heart of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. And so it is about trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, but it's very much about offering this ace, this chalice. Allow yourself to receive when you get there too. Don't feel like I have to do it all myself. I feel like you get there, you have that emperor energy, and you're like, rah, 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 and you get there, but then allow people to support you, allow people to help you. And when they do, don't, oh, no, 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 we got it. Just go, thank you. I really appreciate that. And that invites people in. And that helps with this transformation that happens between what might feel like a firestorm, like it looks like a firestorm. It's like what it feels like that, because when you're getting there, there's so much activity, but allow people to come in and support you. Trust your gut, trust your intuition as you settle in there too, because your intuition is going to be on fire with this as well. But I feel very positive about it for you. So many blessings to you there. I'm excited, and you will be watched over throughout the move. So feel safe. All right. Many blessings to you, Jessica. Then Michelle, you want to know what your spirit guides want you to know. And then we'll go to Lisa Marie and then Katie P. All right. So, Michelle, you want to know? Okay, so your spirit guides, what they want you to know. I really am this Queen of the Moon Oracle is calling out for you here. So we'll take a look here and see what we got going on. Okay, so let's take a look. Wow. Don't worry, you don't get the entire deck. They are full of energy. Boom. Okay, here we go. So, what would you like Michelle to know, please? Okay. Beautiful. You got the assessing card here, card number 9, which is very much the hermit card energy in the major arcana, which is about doing a lot of inner reflection, right? And it says it is time to assess your current position. You must make sure your blind spots are revealed and that you are honest with others and yourself. Sometimes the hard decision is the best decision. You should be able to assess and move quickly based on that assessment. The little mini affirmation says, I am enjoying moving and choosing, moving and choosing. You have begun your journey, and now it's time to assess where you are and what to do next. You have made a decision. You have worked and walked the path for some time, and yet you understand that in every journey, it's a wise action to check the map. Sometimes we go along a pathway and we keep going, even if it seems like the way is no longer the right way for us. Sometimes we feel we've gone too far to turn around, and so we settle on a journey and destination that doesn't really suit us or satisfy us. However, if we had just had some courage, we could have reassessed as we went and perhaps ended up somewhere else, somewhere better. Now is the time to look carefully at all aspects of your life, especially the areas in which you have set some intentions or goals. Ask yourself, do I still want these things? Do I still want that same end result? If the answer is no, ask yourself what you can do to maintain momentum and head towards what you now desire. Although it doesn't seem terribly glamorous, assessment has a high payoff for us if we bother to do it well. Doing it well means we really look hard at how things are going. All of us have some kind of blind spot, so it's worth exposing this by consulting a trusted friend or finding where negative repeating patterns are and look for the cause. Shining a light on a blind spot and taking action to shift it is one of life's big catalysts for change. And the companion stone for that is azurite. So if you have any of that, you can use that too to help shine the bright light. So there's this assessment, is are you headed where you really want to go? Is it really what you want to do? And actually we have 9 people showing and 9 likes with all this 999. It's like this reflection inward. Shine that light in there and go, what do I want? Where do I want to be? Is it, and it's 909 here as well. Oh my gosh. 9999999. So a lot of synchronicity for you right now, Michelle. Looking inward, reflect. What is it you want? Are you headed where you wanted to go? Is it time for an adjustment? Is it time for a change? Because that is your message for right now. So that's what they're wanting you to know right now, Michelle. Very many blessings to you. And thank you. My day was great. And I'm feeling the love and I'm feeling the light you're sending. Thank you so very much. All right, Lisa Marie, you are next. Let me just take a quick drink here. Can always tell when the Barometric pressure is changing. We have a storm that's coming in. We might even have some snow. I'm excited, but I can tell because my I'm like a human barometer. I know when the weather's changing. So, Lisa Marie, you want to know not just, but you want a love reading for you and your husband, Rodney. All right, let's take a look here and we'll look at the Naked Tarot here. Then KDP, you'll be up next. And then Viniti Lafi, you'll be after that. All right. All right. So, Lisa Marie, general love, you and Rodney. What's going on? What would Spirit like you to know? What else would they like you to know? Okay, that one. Those four. Anything else? Okay. All right. So you do have a lot of energy coming into your relationship. This can mean a lot of passion, but I feel like there's just a lot of emotional energy, a lot of just um, it's not anxiety, apprehension, maybe. Just a lot of like, is there a lot going on in your lives? Is there a lot that's happening where you guys just are like, oh my God, there's so much to be investing energy. And I just feel like there's so much energy, so much energy. And you have the Two of Wands going on here. So I'm losing all my shirt here. The Two of Wands is about where you're investing your energy. It's your power, which tells you that whatever you focus on is what grows. So it's all this energy that's coming in. If and this is for both of you, right? If whatever each of you is focusing on, so if someone's focusing on what's going in their life that they don't want to be there or it's lacking, that grows. If you're focusing on what you're grateful for and what you do want in your life, then that grows. And when you're in a relationship, if both parties are focused on opposite, kind of just they cancel each other out, right? Because if you're focusing on uh, what's missing and someone's focusing on what they're wanting, it's just kind of just, but if you join together and say, let's focus, like, let's have a daily gratitude journal together. Let's focus on what are we grateful for? What do we want to have life? And if they're like, if Rodney isn't into that, just say, you know what? I'm going to put this note on our bathroom mirror. And if you could just read it every day, you don't have to do anything else. But I mean, even if he says, I don't want any stuff to do with that, if you just write it on your mirror, like in you know, a marker, like a dry eraser marker that, is not permanent marker. If you just write something on there, he'll see it and he'll focus on it without realizing he's focusing on it too. So, if you change the energy, that changes the energy of the relationship too, because you do have the Three of Pentacles coming in here. And the Three of Pentacles is about staying true to your authentic path, not worrying about what other people are gonna say, what other people like. You might be afraid that choices that you guys make, that someone is gonna blah 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 blah, or that someone who supports you, that you'll lose their support. And Spirit is saying you got to look at your authentic path, being the authentic you, even as a couple, that be you, not worried about what everyone else says and what everyone else says supposed to be, should be. It's like you guys really aligning with what you want, because you do have both the Spirit of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. This does represent abundance, identifying your worth as well, like a new way of looking at your worth internally, and how you relate it to the outside world. So a lot of all this coming in here is showing about new opportunities opening up in the outside world, but new ways of looking at your worth, definitely. And if you guys are not, in a good place, and like they're not talking to you, or you're separated, or anything along those lines, then you can use all of this for you. You can be like, you know what? I'm taking responsibility for me, my authentic path. I'm using my energy to focus on what I want in life. And I'm finding my worth from the inside, regardless of whatever's happening on the outside. And this can be a huge energy. So if you are together, and Rodney thinks that this is all foo-foo and whatever, you can still go, you know what, I'm taking control of what I want, and that will still impact and influence your relationship. But and if you guys are not like together or talking, then this definitely is for you to really focus on what you want, use your energy, be the authentic you, and you'll just have this whole change of your outside world that will take impact and effect for you. So I do like this for you because it's taking this energy and really taking control of it. But it's such an empowering of, you know, pardon my French if this is offensive to anyone, but it's like, screw the world. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm tired of trying to, fit in with everyone else, trying to please everyone because I just can't take it anymore. I need to be me and I need to make things for me. I'm tired of waiting around for everyone else and to make everyone else happy. It's time for me to go what I want to do. I really feel that's what this energy that's coming for you, Lisa Marie. So many blessings to you. I'm excited to see what this is for you and where you're going to take that. So I like it. A lot. All right, Katie. So let's take a look here. And you want to know, what does this Jordan think about you as a person? Vinita, we will go to you next. And then Kayla B. So let's take a look here and see this Jordan. Katie. Just have this feeling, Katie, that they're going to say, what does Katie P feel about Katie P as a person? That's what matters. But let's take a look here. That's what I'm feeling back here, being bopped upside my head. But let's see what the cards bring. What do they want you to know about what Jordan thinks about you? Okay. So you have the King of Water here. And the King of Water is about this beautiful, beautiful solidity and control of emotion amongst a sea of, it's like Neptune. He's standing calm while the sea rages around him. And because it's a balance of heart and mind. So, you know, what does he think about you as a person? He sees you as someone who can balance their heart and their mind, and that's good. That is a wonderful place to be. You've got three other cards that are Earth, which are Pentacles, and so this is this groundedness. I'm not sure if you're an Earth sign, but you have a lot of groundedness, and he sees you as someone that can really anchor themselves, right? You have the Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles. This is about a new worth, a new sense of who you are in relation to the world. And, with this King of Water being a balance between heart and mind, you also have the Two of Earth, or the Two of Pentacles, which is about the balancing of the spirit world and the human world, or this balancing coming out in your life, right? And so I really feel like how he perceived you as someone that can really have this, you can juggle, your heart and your mind, your heart and your mind, your heart and your mind, and you mesh them really well. Um, with the Five of Pentacles is where I think where the relationship, like something in the relationship, this is kind of where some of the rumblings, from his perspective, what brought him insecurities, because the Five of Pentacles is about this change of where we feel our sustenance comes from. We move from feeling like it's the human, mankind, that brings us our daily sustenance, and that we change and we understand that it comes from the heavens, comes from the universe source, this, and then just sometimes the shipping company brings through, you know is the shipping company that brings it to us, but they're not the source. And I almost feel like part of the pressure that impacted Jordan was that he wouldn't be able to give you what you need. He wouldn't be able to be that supplier that, I almost feel like he, how do I say this nicely? He didn't want to sacrifice his dreams, um, to make sure that he would be able to take care of you the way that he thought you would want him to take care of you, or that all these perceptions, his expectations that were fed into him in life. And this may not even have come from you in any way whatsoever, but this is his subconscious. This is all the stuff that he learned when he was young about this is what someone is supposed to do, and that he was like, and the pressure, of it all, just was too much for him. That he was like, I can't be who you need me to be, or who I think you think, I think you think, I think you should think I should be. It's like all that. He got caught up so much in his head, but he sees you as this balanced person. But you can't control what he thinks of you, because he's looking in the mirror and he is looking through these glasses of his past. And I just feel like no matter what you would do, you wouldn't be able to make him see you for who you are, because he's got so much from the past that, it's like someone looking through glasses that are dirty. They're like dust all over it, and you're like, I'm right here. And he was like, I know, I see you. And like, no, you don't. Clean off your glasses and then you could really see me. And he was like, I see you. And you're like, no, you don't. And you're like, you can't take his glasses off and clean them for you, for him. And so he's never going to see you clearly for who you are until he deals with his inner sight and those things, right? And and I don't feel like he's in a place where he's able to do that. And I think you know that. But so this is the time for, like they were saying, you get to look at KDP and ask yourself, what do I think about KDP as a person? And see that clearly, because that is the real question, right? So that's what they have for you, Katie. We think you're wonderful. So just so you know. So hang in there, many blessings for you. All right, Vinita Lafi. Let's take a look here. Okay. So why does this person keep entering your apartment without your permission? All right. So let's take a look here. Why does this person? Why, oh, why? So let's take a look here. I'm warmed up now. I start reading. There we go. Tell us about this person that's entering Vanita's apartment without permission, please. What would you like us to know? What would you like her to know? Okay. What else? Interesting. So you got the Queen of Swords here. And the Queen of Swords is this heart and mind balancing thing that's going on here. But it's like someone who's in their head, in their head, in their head. And there's this Page of Cups, which is about like this emotion that comes in. And then there's the Full card, which is all about ending of old cycles, new beginnings, new adventure. And I mean, is this like a worker that comes in that is, they're all like they go into their head and they have these fears about, I got to get stuff done, and they're worried about, I kind of feel like that's the kind of energy they have all this stuff of, I got to get all this stuff done, but there's all this fear that comes up, and then they're like, I got to get this stuff done, I got to get on to the next. It's almost like they're so caught up into tomorrow, and I got to get all this stuff done, there's like someone that just feels like they have so much going on that they're not thinking straight because they have all this emotion that floods in, and um, they just feel like they've got to get onto this next thing because there's all this stuff they've got to do, and just like a never-ending list. I feel like, let me see, anything else around this? Yeah, this is the fear card. This is the expectations equal disappointment. I feel like whoever this is, if it is a worker, like for the apartment or whatever, um, and it could be whoever this is that comes in there, they've been told that they're a disappointment and that they're not meeting up to standards, and they take too long on stuff or whatever it might be. It's like they have this pressure that they're just kind of in this constant fight or flight mode, that they don't think straight. And that's what happens when we go into fight or flight mode, is the blood rushes from our brain and it goes into our arms and legs to try to feel safe again, try to feel that. And I feel like whoever this is, whatever this person is that comes into your apartment, is um, they're just in constant anxiety because someone is riding them with such fear that they just are, they don't think about anything else. They're just like, I got to get this done. I got to get this done, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure if that, person shouldn't be coming in. Um, yeah, I mean, if I almost feel like it's some sort of worker that works there or something. I mean, I really feel like it's like, um, talk to the, it's because it's an apartment. Talk to your apartment manager, I feel, and just tell them that you feel like someone's entering it, and maybe let us change the locks if it's someone entering without breaking in. Um, but whatever it is, it's that kind of feeling, though. It's someone that is like freaking out. They're like in this fight or flight mode all the time, and they're just like they're in this search to get things done, to get to some sort of conclusion, but just a lot of anxiety and fear, whoever it is. So yeah, I mean, if it's not breaking and entering, if it's breaking and entering, then call the police. If it's not, then talk to your apartment managers and talk to them about changing the locks and find out who it is that keeps entering your apartment. Because if you haven't given away the keys, then that's what happens. Because you do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is about things in the outside world. You have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So I kind of feel like they're telling you that there's this thing unfolding in your life that's going to bring you happiness and completeness, but it's going to take a little bit of time for whatever this thing that's going on here to get resolved. But they do have this. It's important for you to take action towards getting this thing resolved, so you can have this peace and you can have this emotional rest. So yeah, it's weird. Just a really anxious, fearing type of energy, whoever it is. Um, so that's what I would recommend from Spirit. So weird. I know. All right. So let's take a look here. That's what they have for you. And then KB, you want to know, how does Colin feel about you? And then Mashaina Inglis, you'll be next. So let's take a look here. How does Colin feel about you, Kayla? Okay, anything else? So the Queen of Pentacles here, so they see you as like this, the combination of these two, especially. You got the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. This is about new opportunities in the outside world, and this is about new birth, but Mother Nature, Mother Nurture too. And I kind of feel like they feel like you're an opportunity. Almost, this is like what I feel they're coming from, this Three of Swords. Like there's this heartbreak, this disappointment and stuff coming in, and I almost feel like it feels like rebound kind of thing, like they've gone through some and they're like still kind of working over their wounds and getting over their wounds, and they're like they like this Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, someone that will help them. It's like you're a nurse. You're going to help nursing back to health is the energy I feel, which is weird. But they're just like, yeah, this is what I need. This new opportunity, this newness. They feel, different than that other person. They're nurturing and loving. And so if you have a huge heart and you're, a caretaker, the kind of person that just wants to love, love, love and give, 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 they're like, yeah, this is what I need. And I kind of feel like that's what they're feeling there, which I don't know if that's where you want to be. I must feel like they're getting over heartache and stuff. And they're just like, oh, good, I have somewhere, a safe harbor to go in. And you're like, I don't want to be no safe harbor. I don't want to be no rebounder. I don't want to be like this stepping stone in between where you're went from and where you're going. So, but I kind of feel like this is the situation that's going on, and it's not conscious. He's not like, okay, I'm going to use this person, um, you know, because got both the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Cups. It's like this is what he's thinking, but this is what he's having you help him with, right? It's almost like this is what, it's joy, it's this beautiful thing, but it's like you're helping me carry my sticks. You're helping me carry my burden and my energy. And I'm like, let me see what else they have here. I just feel like someone who, you saw struggling. Yeah. And then you have the Four of Wands, which I feel like the marriage thing, the partnership, the security, it's like, this is what I want, the stability. But I feel like just be very careful with where it's headed and how much you're investing. And um, just realize that, when you find a little stray dog that had a broken leg and you want to nurse them back to health and help them, that they are very loving, and that they I don't know why they're giving me that example, but you know, yeah, because there's a lot of stuff going on underneath it all. But, like when you do that, they love you and they're like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, you're helping me, you're rescuing me." And you're like, "Oh," and then you open the door and then they run and you're like, "Where are you going?" And they're like, "His leg's healed," and you're like, "No, where's he going?" And then he runs out in the street and gets hit again. But, I don't know why they're doing this, but they're just like, just be careful. Be careful with your heart. Be careful of how much you're investing, what you're doing with it all, because it feels like there's this, you're just so big hearted that who wouldn't want to be in that, you know, beautiful, it's almost like a giant womb of support and love. And that's what, with his broken heart, is really attractive right now. But I just have this feeling of just be careful. Just be careful. You're smart. Your heart takes over. But I almost feel like if you take a step back and just go, okay, I'm not going to overgive so much, see how he reacts, and help balance things out, right? Um, because you deserve, equal give and receive, but I feel like you are just over giving. It's like you're nursing him back to health, is what I feel. And which is wonderful, but you know what I'm trying to say. I don't need to say anything else. So that's what they have for you, Kayla. I'm sorry. I know it doesn't sound like probably the message that you wanted to hear, but I think they always give us exactly what we need to hear in the moment, and I think it's important for you to know that. So just like a check, just check in with your heart and your mind, just kind of balance it out. So many blessings to you, Kayla. You hang in there. All right. So, Machina Inglés. You want to know if you and your ex will ever reconcile. You're a Gemini and he's a Cancer, and you had a hard falling out. Okay, we'll take a look here and see what they have here. Thank you, me. And then Amira, you will be next. So let's take a look here. And I kind of want to switch up decks here, and we're going to go to the Naked Heart Tarot here. And we'll see here if you and your ex will ever reconcile. Gemini and a Cancer sign. Let's see here. What? Anything else? Give me clarity around that, please. So you have the Sun card here, which is usually a very positive, very bright card. But what I'm showing here is you also have the Innocence of Wands, which is Page of Wands, and that's new passion, new drive, um, like newness. And you have the Eight of Wands. And I feel like all this heat, all this energy that's coming in is not about them, you know. I feel like, especially with that ace, or not the ace, but they have the Ace of Wands here, which is the Page of Wands, that there's something new coming, and it's going to be coming in fast and hot. With all that sun and all these wands, this is all fire, fire, fire energy coming your way. And they're saying here, because here you are, Gemini, with your Spirit of Swords, which is the King of Swords, the King of Air sign. So you have this very much, and they're double air too. but you have the high priestess here too, which, being a Gemini, you have your two sides. You can flip into your emotions. This is your split personality, right? Um, but they're saying balance your heart and balance your mind with your heart, with your intuition, with your gut, because what's coming here uh, is going to really rock your world. You know, and they're kind of warning you to don't burn up, balance it when it happens, because there's your ex, reconcile. No, this is about, I feel like there's going to be this fire sign that comes in, because they are so passionate, so much fire that you could like catch fire with them. It's like, and then it burns out, and they're saying, just know that, this stuff, the X, it's like, it's okay. It can go away, because you're going to be so blinded by what's coming, but that you're just going to be like, oh my gosh. And you're like, but don't move so fast into it, because there is this going to be huge, huge attraction that you're just like, oh my god. And it's almost like being around a full moon, like a fiery full moon, where you're just like, you know turning into almost like an animal. And it's like you're just so passionate about it, and they're like, balance though, balance, balance, balance with this. So X, no, out of the picture, hard falling out. Yeah, take the time, to let that go and to mourn it. But just know that you have this huge bright light that's headed your way. And they're just saying, um, there's like a flammable warning label on what's coming for you, and just to be uh, careful, uh, and take your ease into it as much as you can ease into it. But you're just going to be like you're a moth to a flame. You're just like, oh my god, whoosh. And they are too. It's this wonderful attraction that you're going to have, but take your time with it. Try not to um, you know eat the whole gallon of ice cream in one night. Savor it. Savor each bite as you go through it. So that is an interesting reading for you, but I am excited for you. It's going to be very passionate and very energetic, and just a wonderful bond. But you know, balance. So that's their message for you. So many blessings for you, Machina. All right. Amira Matos, you are next. And you said, would you be happier if you break up with Shane? Let's find out here what advice they have for you. Okay, let's take a look here. What would they like you to know here about Shane? Anything else? All right. Well, you do have the Heart of Wands, which would be the Queen of Wands in the Standard Tarot, and she does take hold of her Ace of Wands, and she makes things happen. She trusts her gut and her intuition. She follows her heart. You do have the Eight of Cups, which is talking about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve you. So if you feel that this relationship is no longer serving you, kind of feel like they're saying that you leave this and you head off to the Nine of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. And you did get the Naked Heart here. And this is a card that is specific to this deck only. And I do want to read this to you, because it is a very powerful message, that the way they present it here. And it says, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. The universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition, which this card also asks you to do, trust your heart. And it says, as I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and my purpose. Comparing myself to others does not serve me and will only knock me out of my flow. I was given the exact proportion of amazing, otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. And when I shine bright, I am the spark to someone else's light and I inspire others. That little Luna moth on the card whispers to you, you are brave and you are beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light. So, kind of feel like the energies that you have are that you feel like you're in darkness. You feel like you're not having that fulfillment because with especially those two cards about trusting your heart and leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you. I feel like that is what will happen. And you have the Six of Cups here too, which the Six of Cups does have this nostalgia card about looking over past emotions, but I almost feel like this is about someone from your past is entering your life. And it's either you're coming across someone from your past, which reminds you, yeah, that's not what I want, or it's igniting old emotions within you. Um, but I just feel like that you would feel more free and your heart following your heart is important here. So I feel like you already know what that means for you there, and that's where you want to head off to. You are brave and you are beautiful, and you deserve to shine your light bright. And I kind of feel like you dim your light around your current relationship, and that you don't feel you can be yourself. And you've learned what you've wanted to learn here, but kind of feel like you're ready to move and leave old things behind to move forward into something new. Um, that's what they have for you. I know. So many blessings to you, Amira. All right, Melvin. Oh, yeah, don't worry. Perfect timing, Melvin. You can uh, get hold of me when you are ready. It'll be perfect timing. And then I see you have a question. I'll get to you next. Strawberry Rose, you are up. You're going through healing and practicing self love. Excellent. Yeah, I can understand. It seems hard. I know. What can you do to help yourself in the journey to be truly connected with yourself? Great question. Let's take a look here at the Good Tarot and see what they recommend for you. Right. Thank you guys again for your patience as I do make my way down the list here. I do go in order. And thank you guys all who have given the video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel and helps the videos get spread because the YouTube algorithm really likes that. So if you haven't given me a thumbs up on the video yet, I would really appreciate you considering doing so because it's the best price. It's free. And I'm very appreciative of that. So let's take a look here. So Strawberry Rose, what can you do to help on your journey of getting to know your true self here? Oh, patience. I know. But it is be patient with yourself. Know that it's not a, overnight thing. The patience or the temperance card is about understanding that there's this ebb and flow and that, it's not 10 steps forward, 10 steps forward, 10 steps forward. It's 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, 8 steps forward, 1 step back, 10 steps forward, 5 steps back. It's always this ebb and flow as you work through all these beliefs and thoughts and mindsets that are all rooted in that fear of losing conditional love. And but your heart and your mind and everything opens up more and more to the higher realms. And it's like, just have patience. Yeah, as I was kind of talking about justice, which is all about the balancing. You have the scales, and she has this beautiful, bright Ace of Swords. And that's what happens, as we connect more to those capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. It allows you to cut more and more away those old thoughts and those old beliefs that are rooted in that fear of losing conditional love, all those popular opinions that we were taught. And it's the sifting through, and it's the more time you spend focusing on the upper unconditional love, the clarity comes and that balancing of those scales kicks in. Because we start off like really out of balance, right? All the fears of losing conditional love that were piled on and piled on and piled on. And we didn't know about these up here. And so we're learning, and we're throwing some of these off and learning more of these. And so it does move more here, and it does balance out, but it takes time to balance out. And the biggest thing is to have grace and patience and kindness for yourself as it unfolds. That we can get this expectation that, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do and how fast I'm supposed to get there. That just adds more onto those things, rather than it's a journey, it's a process, and allowing yourself the grace to flow into it. Yeah. You have the Two of Cups. And one of the beautiful things about, this journey that you're on for self love is realizing that our human mind will try to complicate things so much to keep us in the game, right? But when we simplify it and realize that every moment is either of unconditional love or of the fear of losing conditional love, and it's simple that way. And if you keep everything in those buckets, then you realize when you're feeling something and you're like, oh, is this of unconditional love or is it a fear? And it's like, okay, so that's that. And I can focus back on this if I want. And there's nothing wrong with feeling fears of losing conditional love. When we have this right or wrong, that's one of those human things, right? That's not unconditional love. Unconditional love doesn't have right or wrong. It's just these are different emotions. Unconditional love is not right, and conditional love, or the fear of losing conditional love, is not wrong. We come down here on purpose to feel these and experience these. It's like this tapestry. If it was all white, you wouldn't see the design, but because we experience the shadow and the opposites of who we are, we see the beauty of who we are. And so we get to experience the opposites. And like I said, they're just different. One is not right, one is not wrong. And realizing that and having that grace takes all the pressure off, and you get to just change. If you're like, well, I don't want to feel that anymore. And then you just focus on unconditional love, and the moment switches to that instead. And then we get ebb and flow. We get sucked back over here, and we're like, oh, I'm back over here. It's okay. No, I'm just going to move back to unconditional love. And what's going on? Oh, there I am. It's like you just keep moving it back. And then it stays here longer, you know. Whereas before, it's like it's used to being here. It's like, whoosh, whoosh, but then it starts being whoosh, whoosh, like that, if that makes sense. And then you have the Ace of Air. Yeah, and you have the Ace of Swords. So, you have the Ace of Swords saying here that it's understanding the power that you have, that, the more we learn about the beliefs and those true, the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, the more we get to cut away those small T truths that we took on as our habit. And it takes time to change the habit. We were taught that this thing means this. when this happens, this is how we are supposed to feel. And then it became our habit so much. It's just about changing the habit. And something that helped me, because when you're changing a habit, you do um, uh, it takes time for for us to change a habit, right? You're not like, "Oh, I want to change a habit." Okay, habits changed. Very rarely, ever does that happen, right? Usually it's like, I want to change this habit. And then we're like, oh, after it happens and we still chose the old way, we're like, oh, I wanted to change that habit. And what I would do is I would put myself in that position again in my mind and go, let me see myself choosing differently in my mind and the little reenactment of what I just went through. And that allowed my mind and my body and my essence, my being, to feel more in tune with the new way of thinking. And then eventually, after doing that several times, while I'm going through it, it would kick in. I'm like, wait, I want to think differently about this. And sometimes I would pick the old way, and then sometimes I'd pick the new way. And eventually it happened where when the feelings were rising for me to choose the old way, I would choose the new way because it started to become my habit. And, again, that's where the grace comes in with that. So that's what they have for you right now, Strawberry Rose. So hopefully that helps, and many blessings to you on your beautiful journey of that self-love. I'm very proud of you, and I'm excited to see where you go with that, because it is a freeing, wonderful thing. It does just a step at a time. All right. Mel, the van, 111. You want to know what spirit wants you to know about you know who and why that person did what they did. Okay. Let's take a look here. Let's see. They do want me to go to the good tarot. So let's take a look here. Hey, CV15. I should be able to get to you. I'm at 2 hours now, which I try to cut it off around 2 hours, but I'm going to see here how many more people I can squeeze in. But for those of you that I do not make it down to the bottom, I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Mountain, and then also tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain. And I also have a ton of videos that are listed down in the description box of this video. Or if you go to my main page on Brenda Zen Mystic Tarot, if you just click on my name and go to there, there's a bunch of playlists, and it's weekly energy updates, monthly readings, pick a cards. Just follow your heart, and Spirit will take you to the one that has the answer that you're needing for tonight. If I'm not able to get to you and you're like, I really need an answer right now, trust that Spirit's going to guide you, because there will be messages there for you. So let's take a look here. This, you know who, why did they do what they did? So let's take a look here. All right. Well, they are pretty confused. They had a lot of, this is a 7 of water, 7 of cups, lot of emotional confusion. It's like they just, so much um just going on in their minds, just pulled in so many different directions. I almost feel like emotional instability in a way, where they just had so much going on that uh, they just, it's almost like they were, I don't want to say they're in fantasy world, but it's like, it almost feels like they just had so many thoughts, but so many emotions going on at the same time. It's like just this craziness, because, and I don't mean that in like, in a bad way, like not calling somebody that has mental instability crazy. I just feel like felt like they were in craziness, like, oh, that's great. What is going on, right? And but there's the Full card and the Ace of Earth. This is new opportunities and ending of new cycles and new beginnings. I just felt like it's almost like they had so much happening that they just couldn't come to terms with all these emotions that were flying all over the place that they just were like, I got to get out of here. I have to have a new start, is what I'm feeling. It's just like all this stuff. And it makes sense here that the moon is here. It's almost like, you know, how on a full moon, how if your emotions and you're just like, you just feel like, what's going on? I don't even know why I'm feeling this way. And it's so extreme and it's so just, and you're like, you look at the window and go, oh, it's a full moon. And then you're like, okay, well, it's that kind of feel like they had, but it wasn't a full moon. They just felt like there's this, all this unknown. And it's almost like, you know, they turn into a werewolf, you know, because it's like they just, um, fear took them out of their minds, and which is what happens when we go into fight or flight mode, and they're just like have all this emotion that was bubbling up and they didn't know what to do with it, and so they just had to get out and they just had to start over and they just had to, um, do whatever they felt they needed to do to feel safe again and to feel in control again. And whenever that happens, they don't, it's not a loving thing that people do. It's not a mature thing that we do. It's not a uh, clear-headed decision, intelligent things that we do. We act like a cat that you're holding that has claws, and someone slams the door, and the cat doesn't go tap tap. Excuse me, can you put me down? I'm about to freak out because that scared me. They're like, "No." And, you know, claws up and around, and you're just like, "What just happened?" You know? And that's what I kind of feel went on with this, right? That this person was so much in fear and all these emotions, and they didn't know. They couldn't think straight. They couldn't, make intelligent decisions. They couldn't make caring decisions, and so they just hissed and attacked and ran. And that's what I feel, you know, with all this, if that makes sense. But that's what I feel with the combination of these cards here, and what spirit is bringing through with the emotions that I'm feeling. So hopefully that resonated, but that's what they have for you, Mal. So many blessings to you. Hang in there, and we'll talk soon whenever you're ready. No pressure ever. All right. Let's see here. All right. CB15. Does MA have romantic feelings towards you? Let's take a look here. We'll use the Naked Tarot for that. And I think I might have already answered your question, Strawberry Rose. I'll double check here. So, CB15, does MA have romantic feelings? What would you like them to know on that? Is the romance in the air? Anything else? Nope. I don't think so. I just look at that picture of that dead rat. That's what I'm laughing at. I'm just like, I love this deck because they just interpret things. The Ten of Swords is, um, exhaustion. It's, all the swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our, you know, it's our expectations. And it's like all these trying to live up to all these expectations, exhausted and not killed it, but it's exhausted. And it's endings and new beginnings because it's like it's no longer the energy to invest in all that. And I kind of feel it's both of you. There's like a lot of expectations about the interaction. There's a lot of mental stuff going in inside of both of you about the supposed tos, and the shoulds, and the need tos, the have tos, the musts. And you're ready to get rid of that. You're ready to clear away that because you're just sick and tired. You're tired of doing what you always did and get what you always got, right? And so it's looking at what you're expecting and, really whittling down all these fears of losing conditional love, this long list that we're all given when we're growing up of all these things that you have to do and be, and how things are, supposed to unfold so that you can be lovable and acceptable. And oh my God, it's a long list, and everyone's list is different because it's all influenced by all different people. So none of our lists are the same. And then we have all these lists and all these expectations, and it boxes us into this, like, this is how love has to happen, right? And we're like, but this is on back order for like 1,000 years. But you have all the stuff outside of here that if we whittle away and really question all those expectations we have, we'll have so much more opportunity and so many more experiences because it's too rigid, right? And so there's all this other stuff. And if you do that, then you get all this energy that you've been investing in trying to make those expectations come true. You get all that energy back, and there's this movement, there's this energy that returns into your life. And that is where, wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, and all that. And I kind of feel like if you both can, whittle down those things, then you get energy back that goes into expressing love freely instead of all the energy being used to try to live up to expectations. That just takes the wind out of our sails, right? Because when we meet somebody new, we have zero expectations, right? And they're doing this wonderful thing up here, and you're like, wow, look how amazing and wonderful they are, right? And then we start hanging around them. We get a little more expectations. They're still wonderful. We start dating. We start exclusively dating. We move in together. We get engaged. They're becoming less and less wonderful. And then we get married. And they're like, why did they change? What happened? And it's like, no, our expectations are what changed and what make people less wonderful. They are the same people they are. We start seeing them differently because it happens. It's like, if you ever have anybody, like if you're working and somebody stops by and said, hey, I thought you'd like a donut and coffee. And you're like, well, thank you. In the back of your mind, you're already starting expectations. I wonder if they're going to do this tomorrow. And if they don't, you don't have a whole lot of attachment to that expectation because it was just a slim chance. But the next day they do. Well, day 3, if they don't bring it again, you're gonna wonder, I wonder why they stopped bringing me coffee and donut, even though it was 2 days. See how fast our human mind starts building expectations around wanting things? And that's what happens. But if we can try to keep our expectations low, we have all this energy around passion and life. So that's what they have for you, CV15. I kind of feel like um, right now, like they are exhausted, that they don't have the romantic feelings because they just all their energy was invested in within their mind of trying to live up to expectations. And I kind of feel that's where you were at too. But freedom can come, and then passion. So that's what they have for you tonight. All right. All right, everybody. We still have a very long list here. And I wish I could get to everyone tonight. Hey, Intuitive Enlightenment, welcome, welcome. But I am going to need to balance, and I wish I could have everyone's questions. And I did one night. I spent 4 hours one night doing readings, and it wiped me out. And Spirit was like, "You're gonna burn yourself out, and you're not gonna be any good to anybody." So Spirit checked me, and so I tried to keep it to 2 hours, and I'm a little over that. And I sincere apologies to everyone that I didn't get to. Please know I'll be back here at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, a Mountain Time, which is about 12 hours from now. And then also 7 p.m. Sunday through Friday nights. And then also on Friday and Saturdays and Sundays, I'm on 2 times, each of those days. So, if you need an answer tonight, like I said, I have a ton of recorded readings that are all directed by Spirit as well. So if you want to go check those out, the playlists are down in the description box of this video. And I'm going to repost here too um, the playlist here for the October. Let me just put that down here. The weekly energy ones. Um, so they do have, the new moon. We have a new moon, a lunar eclipse coming up. So, they have wonderful information on those, and it's by each individual zodiac sign. So, if you want to check those out, then you can look at there. And, the earlier you get onto the lives, the more chance that I have to get to you. And so just know I'm starting at 10 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow morning, and then 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. So, and I know it looks like some people have missed a couple of the lives, and if you had to definitely check out any of the recorded ones, because you will find messages there too, because that's how Spirit is. They're very smart. So I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for all the likes on the video. If you haven't had a chance to click that thumbs up there, please, definitely consider doing so. And Raccoon, if you catch me tomorrow, we'll definitely try to get that for you as well. Or if you even comment on this video, and if you put your question, or if you just wanted a general reading, I'll see. I might be able, if I wake up earlier, I can always, post some cards too. And I try to do as much as I can for people, but like I said, I have to balance, or otherwise I'm going to be wiped out and you won't see me for a week, because I'll be, in the hospital or passed out somewhere. But I really appreciate you guys. And please know that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. I do offer personal readings. And so if you are missing a lot of lives and you want to actually, it's pretty reasonable prices too. If you want to, actually have a personal reading, I do those too. Just check out the link in the video description down below as well. See, my mind is going already. So love you all very much. Until we meet again, you guys hang in there and you take care. You have a good night or a good day wherever you're at in the world, and hang in there. Good night.